Dash, as your brother Elder Ayathan. It is a little bit of a new format for me. I don't usually do live streams on the road, so this is my first one. Let's see how this goes. Hey, but basically, man, this is a spontaneous stream through the spirit, and what led me to do this is that lately we're really in 2023, a lot of brothers and just people I know, and people you brothers probably know, that just been getting jacked up, been getting sick, been in the hospital. I know a few people right now that in the hospital or just getting out the hospital, and I myself, man, I've been like this, I don't know, there's a spirit, like a slump, you know what I'm saying? That's been, heavy demons, is really what it is. So Esau must be conjuring up a lot of demons right about now, because he's getting ready to make some moves. If y'all been watching the news, the most recent thing financially, because that's a big thing we're waiting for, is a financial crash, what they call the Great Reset. And really, they put this all in motion. Lightning speed is when the C-19 hit. Because remember, that's when Operation Warp Speed started. And if you remember, a couple months ago, Biden, he put in an executive order to speed up the means for electronic payments, right? So if you know what happened, I think it was this week. This week is a bank in there was a whole huge bank crash, Silicon Valley, and they're saying a bunch of other banks are getting ready to crash. Now, I don't think this is I don't think they're really gonna push the MOTB right now. I think this crash they're running tests, so this is actually a big move though. They're running tests, and they crash a lot of digital currency. They crash a lot of the banks, and so now they're doing tests with the digital currency and whatever else they're doing, But anyway, the main reason for this particular live stream is I want to speak about stress. And let me bring out a scripture right now. And the scripture is in Ecclesiasticus 38. I got a few of them, 38 and 18. It says, "For of heaviness comes death. For of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength." Now we know that when it's talking about the heart, it's talking about your mind, and the strength could be your mental strength, because there's a such thing as mental strength. A lot of people will say symbolically or allegorically that the mind is a muscle, which is not a literal muscle, but it's almost like a muscle, and just like other muscles in your body, you got to use your mind to keep it strong, and it's another reason why you got to stay in the scriptures and stay around the proper elements to keep your mind strong, to keep that muscle strong. Now, Esau knows one thing, and Esau knows that if he could keep you stressed out, keep Jake stressed out, that he could break Jake mentally, because when you're buried in troubles, you're just worrying about how to get out of them troubles, and this is why the scripture says, "Woe to those who go to Egypt for help," because Esau uses what? The order of Chaos, Hegelian dialectics, pressure from above, pressure from below, to drive you into such a stressful level that you got to go to him for help, because he offers a solution, right, so to speak. So Esau does many tests, and he knows that stress is related directly to health, because when you're stressed out, guess what? Your cortisol levels jump up. Now, naturally, the human body uses cortisol, right, naturally, to wake you up, to keep you awake, to keep a healthy amount of stress, because you do need a healthy amount of stress, because cortisol is kind of like when you hook up a jump starter to batteries and it gives it a jolt. That's what cortisol does. So if you happen to measure your cortisol levels in the morning, your cortisol levels are high. When you wake up, you got high cortisol levels. Also, when you work out or have some type of put some type of stress on your body, your cortisol levels, they jump. But when your cortisol levels are firing all the time, or when they're too high, well, it acts like almost like acid, and it starts destroying your body from the inside out. And one area of your body that gets directly affected is your gut. You know, so a lot of brothers, and it's truth, and we know brothers that personally, you know, had a lot of trouble in colon areas and with their gut, and it's because of the health because of the stress. And so what Esau does is Esau will engineer stress, you know, and the Most High put the spirit on his devil to find the perfect ways to stress you out. And he'll do it through from the family. He'll do it from within, from your family structure, using your family against you, against Jake, causing family issues, mainly turning the woman against you. He'll do it through your foods, you know, putting chemicals in your foods that lower your vibration, that make you sick, you know. So then you get parasites and viruses, which are basically, they're nothing but demons, you know. Because look, a person that's laden with parasites or with GMO foods, they get demons on them, man. They get moody, they get irritable. They got something called irritable bowel syndrome. And the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiasticus as well that it says very little is sufficient for a man, but they teach you here in America to gorge yourself with fucking food. And when that happens, guess what? You get demons on you. The scriptures say that. The scriptures tell you that if you eat too much, you become irritable. You know, you become moody. So everything Esau creates for Jake mainly is to keep you at high levels of stress, to break you down. And it starts with your body. Your body actually starts reversing on you. You know, you start getting something called autoimmune deficiencies or autoimmune diseases, which break you down from the inside out, you know. So Proverbs 16:4 says the Most High created all things, even the wicked, for the day of evil. So ultimately Esau is going to be destroyed, but he was created at the Most High's whipping stick. He was created to destroy Jake. Now when you read the curses at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it tells you that the curses, the curses shall pursue us until we're destroyed. So the Most High, through using Esau, the whipping stick, you know, Esau is literally the Most High's axe to chop us to F down. That's in Isaiah the 10th chapter. He gave him the means, the technology, and the know-how to engineer these different things, the stress, to tear us down, man, to tear Jake down and keep him down. So I'm gonna read it again in Ecclesiastes, the 38th chapter, 18th verse. It says, "For of heaviness cometh death." And most Jakes today, they die of heaviness of the heart attacks, cancer. You know, Jake don't die no more, especially the man. You know, in all relationships, the man usually goes first. The husband is usually the first one to go. And then the wife will go afterwards. And sometimes, if the husband and the wife are deeply connected, the wife usually well, more so the man. And let's say the woman happens to die first. The man, for some reason, will usually die shortly after, and vice versa, you know? But anyway, back to the scripture. "For of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength." So Esau will use, again, stress and problems in life to break you down. You ever deal with a woman that's problematic? The scriptures say that a woman will drive Jakes out of the wits. So they got a saying out there, if you can't beat them, join them. So Jake be so effed up that they're like, fuck it, I might as well just join. In other words, I'm gonna just take this beat down from my woman. You know, they get sucked into marriage, and now it's a contractual agreement to take the beat down. And Jake literally gets destroyed. And they feel stuck, because another saying is cheaper to keep her. So they feel stuck, because then they're gonna have another level of stress, which is what? Financial problems through alimony, divorce, child support. So Esau engineers stress all around just to beat us down to death, no matter which angle we go. But really, that's the curse from the Most High. Again, Deuteronomy 28 chapter says that the curses are going to pursue us until we are destroyed. Okay? So Ecclesiasticus 30 and 21 says this: Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel, right? So don't beat yourself down. You know, there's a thing, man, that I like to get into in Apostle Gabar. He gets into this a lot. It's called Stoicism. You brothers, or you men, you brothers, you should get into this. Stoicism is basically the practice of understanding that, look, whatever goes on in your life, whether stressful problems, whatever, it is what it is. Don't turn into a bitch about it. Don't let it destroy you, but realize that it's just something you gotta get over. And with the spirit and the strength that the Most High give you, you'll get over it. It's just a problem to deal with. And we as men, that's what we do, man. We're problem solvers. We find solutions to our problems. We don't let the... See, women, look, one thing, and one thing about stress and problems, it turns boys into men. It makes men stronger, real men, and it makes women weaker. When problems arise, it makes women weak. Women thrive in comfortability. That's what makes them, that's when they're strength and when they're strong. This is why it's important for a man to be the provider, as the way the Most High intended things to be, the man the head, and the man provides to create what? A world or an environment to make it comfortable for the woman to survive, for your woman to survive, so that she could rest in her safety and be feminine and be in her strength. When it's not her job to be a solution provider, to be the head, because when stress arrives, guess what? They break down. This is why most women on medication pills, because they're not meant to be in a role that they're being pushed into now, that they're trying to take on, which is the role of a man. You know, being leaders and trying to lead and taking all these jobs to where they're fighting the world. And guess what? They get broken down and they end up in depression. You know? Men, this makes us stronger because we find solutions, and we love finding solutions, making new tools, sitting down and figuring out problems. This is why men, real men, they like to be alone a lot, because they like to sit down and think and figure out problems. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point of saying all this is, as the scripture says, I'm gonna read it again in Ecclesiastes 30 and 21. I'm trying to keep my eye on the road as well. Is give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. You know, so when you're alone, you get into the scriptures, you pray to the Lord for strength, and you figure out, how am I going to get over these issues that are in front of me? Don't let that shit break you down and stress you out. That's what Esau wants. Ultimately, he wants you to turn to him for the solution. But F all that. Turn to the Most High. Turn to the brotherhood. Turn to the resources the Most High gave you, and figure out the problem to the solution. So if you got health issues, if you're stressed out, there's always a solution, brothers. You know, the Most High said that that whatever help you need, pray to him and he's going to give you the help. You know, but you got to give your mind over onto wisdom first. You know, for him to hook you up, you got to hook him up first. You got to do what you were brought here to do, and then he's going to hook you up. But anyway, so today, man, like I said, I've been having that demon on me as well. That little stressful demon, being in a slump, brothers. You know I love to work out. I haven't worked out in a minute, a long minute. You know, a couple things I went through. I haven't worked out. My nutrition been kind of shitty. I haven't been garbage, but I haven't really, well, I have been eating garbage a little bit. You know, that's why they call it comfort food, which is also demonic. You know, which is also feminine. You know, women, the first thing they stress down is they eat. You shouldn't be doing that shit, man. You know, you got to keep your head screwed on, no matter what's going on, man. You know, you got to stay logical at all times, stay spiritual at all times. But anyway, man, I've been in a slump lately, man, and I've been eating shitty. I haven't been working out the way I'm supposed to. And you know what that does, man? That just allowed demons to fucking jump you. They just start piling up on top of you, man. Like it's WrestleMania, they just jumping on top of one dude. They just start piling up on top of you. Then it makes it harder and harder to get out that slump. But I don't know what it is, man. Lately, I've been asking the Most High to take me out of it. You know, it's also good to talk to certain brothers about it. I spoke to some about it, brothers about it, and man, brothers will tell you we all been at shit. I've been in it too, man. Yeah, bro, I've been in it too, and it kind of makes you feel like, okay, I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? Kind of gives you a power boost, man. So, you know, after that, whatever spirit came on me, man, I went to the gym. I've been going to the gym past couple of days. I kind of got back on my routine. Today, the spirit got on me. It's not like before where I was like, fuck it, man. I got to go, and the spirit convinces me not to go. Really, demons. I fought this shit today, and it wasn't that hard to fight. I just had the willpower today. And after I got back, man, I felt fucking great. I felt amazing. And I thought to myself, damn, that whole slump that I've been in, them demons, it was just a fucking smoke screen. It was like an illusion of just demons telling me that I'm in a slump, and you might as well just stay home and eat food and whatever, and just give into that slump demon. You know what I'm saying? So it got me to do this whole lesson. Slack it for the rambling. It got me to do this whole lesson where, you know, I know a lot of brothers are stressed and going through issues. A lot of it is just, you just got to get up and fight that shit, man. And exercise, it profits little, as Paul said, but it does profit. When you get into when you exercise, brothers, it sets up a whole different reaction of hormones in your body, because your body's got to switch to support your new activity, which is working out, and it turns on certain shit, which puts you in a new. I always talk. It puts you in a state of anabolism, or it puts you in an anabolic state, meaning you're geared up now to do activity, but also affects your mind. You know, you feel more confident, you feel good about yourself, man. You know, and it sets off a whole chain of reaction, and you start feeling less stressed. You know, now whatever problems you got, I'm like, yo, I'm just tackle that shit. You know. So I'm gonna read another scripture here, and then I'll probably wrap it up so I keep my eyes on the road better. Give me a second to pull this up. All right, this is also in Ecclesiasticus. Give me a second, I'm getting off this exit right here. And it says, this is Ecclesiasticus 30 and 22 to 23. It says, the gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. And that's it, man. Hey, they got a saying out there that don't let the devil steal your joy. And that's exactly what the devil wants to do. Esau, he wants to steal your joy. You know, he wants to keep you slumped up. And if you got a woman that's trying to drive you wild and like a parasite suck that joy away from you, guess what? You got a demon on your hands, man. And you need to call the Ghostbusters, you know? And I'm talking about, when I say that, you got to pray to the Lord to send them angels, man, them Ghostbusters to exercise that bitch. And really to make you strong, because really what it is you got to be strong enough to fight her off. You know what I'm saying? And you got to exercise that demon, you know? But you need the strength to do it. And there's different levels of demons, you know? And especially these women, there's different levels. So, you know, you might have to level up in strength to get rid of this particular demon you battling that's living in your house. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in your bed. You know what I mean? Damn near probably sometimes you're waking up and you think a demon's attacking you, is your woman. And when you open your eyes, she already went back to the other side of the bed pretending like she was sleeping. But when you was asleep, she had her hands around your neck trying to choke you. You know what I'm saying? But so it says, the gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So whatever little you can do, we spoke earlier about counseling yourself, whatever little you can do, brothers, and I'm telling you, eating right, it helps a fuck ton. Getting some exercise helps a ton to get your mind right and to put you in that spirit to where you feel better, man. You're more confident. You feel like you got your swag back, you know what I'm saying? And when you're in that state of mind, the stress kind of vanishes, brothers. And this is why in the kingdom of heaven, when John the Revelator, he said, that when the Most High comes back, he's going to wipe away all tears from our eyes, because in the kingdom of heaven, man, we're not going to know what the hell, the word stress is not going to be in our vocabulary at all. We're not going to know what the hell that feels like. When you read Job, the 21st chapter, it goes into Esau, and because Esau has no stress and don't have to worry about his children and his health, it says that he's like a bull, you know, meaning he's like a strong bull that's just, you know, getting fed right, and a strong bull just powers through life because there's nothing to worry about. So this is how Esau is, and I'm talking about the Edomites that got the dough, that got the bread, the elites. There's nothing they got to worry about at all. You know what I'm saying? They live life every day not worrying about a damn thing, except for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, which is the worst thing you can worry about, but that's a problem we're not going to have in the kingdom of heaven. You feel me? So any little thing you could do, you know, whether it's to eat right, things out of your control, eat right, exercise, and even if you got a demon, brother, the power you got is the most powerful thing on the earth when it comes to that, is to walk away. You know how much power that is? That's the most, brother, that's stronger than anything she could do to you, is to just simply walk away from the situation. That'll F her up more than anything you could do, is to simply just walk away. Like that song goes, walk on by, just walk on by. You know what I'm saying? Now to read on verse 23, it says, love thine own soul, and that's important. That's what I'm talking about. You got to pamper yourself, man. Look, the woman knows how to pamper herself. She'll go to the gym. Well, the so-called black woman don't be up in the gym as much. But a women, high class, high value women, so to speak, you know, which to me, there ain't no such thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure to you, to me, ain't no such thing. But you do have women that's more desirable than others. But we are the value. You know what I'm saying? To me, there's no such thing as a high value woman. You know what I mean? But the point I'm getting at is women, they will, you know, I'm turning up there. Women will go to the gym. They will get their nails did. They'll get their hair done. They'll go to spas. You know, they'll go on girl trips. And look, when dudes go on trips, they go on trips to get pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what their level goes to. That's as far as their mind goes to. You know? You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. Like, pussy's not the top thing on the planet. The wisdom is, and you know, wisdom, and part of wisdom is knowing how to take care of yourself. And really, you do the best for yourself is when you're alone and you're not around women. To be honest with you, all successful people, they have very little time for women. And brothers, when you find that you're on your grind and you're on your mission and you're doing your thing, you really don't have time for women. You got to fit them in your schedule. And you know what? When you get to that point, that's when the women desire you. You know what I'm saying? The women just come, right? They don't come when you're chasing them. It comes when you're chasing your mission. Then they start chasing you. That's real talk right there. All right? And so exercise, eat right. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Meditate on the scriptures. All that. That's like spiritual samurai warrior shit. You know what I'm saying? Reading on, love thine own self and comfort thy heart, your mind. Remove sorrow from thee. See, that's exactly what I was saying. Anything afflicting you, if it's within your power, remove it, brothers. You got the power to eat right. Well, to eat to the best of your ability. You got the power to get up and go to the gym or exercise. You can just walk, do jump rope, do push-ups, whatever, man. You know, most of the times, and a lot of brothers will hear this and not do it and wonder why, like, they're not getting better. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at what you're doing and see, what am I missing? And then fill that in. And sometimes you're just not meant to do better. But, you know, like Paul got to a certain level where he couldn't do no better because of Most High. That was just his pain he had to suffer with. But he exercised. He's the one that said exercise profited little. He did what he could. So we got to do what we can. You know what I'm saying? Process of elimination. You know? Love not thine own soul and comfort thy heart. Remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit therein. Right, so being in that slump, you know, eating them comfort food, just being in that woe is me spirit, it's not good, brother. It's not good at all. It's not good, and really, that's a demon, and that's a demon that usually is on these, that stays on these women. You know what I mean? And you know, that's not us. So anyway, I did enough rambling. Yeah, brother. So I hope you guys, this was edifying. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kakudash. Shalom. Stay strong.